Alright, I'm going to show you the aftermath of... Oh, I just scared a bird. I'm going to show you the aftermath of the storms that rolled through last night. So about 7:30 while I was away, Kevin said they came through. We didn't get the high winds that they were thinking. So we're very, very thankful for that, because we hear of all the people west of us, like in Chicago and Iowa, and I don't even know, maybe Wisconsin, but there were some strong 100-mile-an-hour winds that just flattened cornfields, took grain bins down. We saw photos this morning online of some of the aftermath, and it wasn't good. So very, very thankful that that wind, either must have, maybe the lake died it down, I don't know, but we didn't get it, and we're thankful. We got just under a ½ inch of rain, which is a good amount. I mean, we probably could have used an inch, but I'll take a ½ inch. We were needing it. Look at this, just a quick glimpse here. These grapes are gonna be ready. I hear the guys. Let me show you over here, maybe it's better. My grapevines have just climbed all over, but over here, these are loaded, these grapes. So yesterday I got curious and I wondered if the grapes were getting close to being ready. So I took one and I ate it, and it was super sour. So I was like, no, not ready just yet. I'm not a sour person, especially sour candies. The kids love things that are sour, but for me, I'm not a sour person, and these grapes were way too sour for my liking. So they are gonna keep growing and ripening for probably a couple more weeks at least. Although, you know, you look at these, here, let me show you. These grapes aren't super big grapes. They're kind of small in size. They've always been, so I don't know, it must be the variety that they are, but they're packed in here all the way up over my head. You see them all? Okay, look at the camera. Here. Wait. Okay. Here we are. This calf here. All right, ready? Okay. You're such a goof. Okay, all right, okay, here we go. This calf right here, we put this calf in the pen because we've been bottle feeding it, right? So we always, all right, can I get it? Can you just suck on my finger? Okay, there we go. So this calf, we've been bottle feeding, and we bottle feed about 2 days, and then I thought, okay, it's time to put this calf in the pen. And well, we put the calf in the pen with the rest of the calves. Look at it, they're all staring. And then we fed it in the robot, the automatic feeder, and it did very, very well. Took right off, right? Yeah. Well, I came in the house. The guys came in the house later that morning, and they said, you took the bull calf from the pen and you're feeding it? I didn't know it was a bull calf. Had no idea. I thought this was the girl. So obviously we were feeding a bull calf a bottle for a few days, weren't we? And then we were gonna sell it. Let me head on out. Okay, so anyways, I had to get away because that calf was just a little too aggressive. I need to give it a feeding or two just before we sell it, because Kevin said today happens to be sale day, and Kevin said that we're gonna sell him. And I said maybe I would raise him, but he said no, we're not gonna raise him. He doesn't want to. So as nice of a calf as he is, he's gonna have to go to the sale where he will get sold. Somebody could buy him. He's going to an auction sale, so you never know where he's gonna end up. He could end up at somebody else's homestead where they will raise him, right? So I'm gonna put him in the feeder a second. Right in. drinking away. So look at this. I heard some noises kind of in the distance. And here, let me show you. Kevin and Sanders are working on putting up more forms for concrete. So the garden looks pretty good. Some of the tomatoes over here, they did fall some because we did get a little bit of wind, just not super heavy winds. So some of them did fall, even though I tied them up as best as I could. And if you keep hearing the cow mooing in the background, a lot of people have like this misassumption, thinking that when a cow moos, it's missing its calf, which is not the case, because this barn behind me, where she is, her name's Layla, she's mooing because she misses being milked. She just got dried off, which means they stopped milking her for a period of time until she has a baby, and she's missing her milkings. So that is why she moos. So they don't always moo because they're missing their babies, which some people may portray, but that's not always the case. Cows moo for many different reasons, and it's not just because they're calling for their baby. So we mowed this sorghum field a week ago. Yeah, a week ago, and I want to show you the regrowth. Alright, for those of you that don't know how sorghum regrows, when we cut this a week ago, okay? And it just got ½ inch of rain. That's all the water that this has gotten since 2 weeks ago, actually. So I'm going to show you how it regrows, because some of you questioned how it regrew. It starts getting little shoots right out of the bottom here, the bottom of each of these stalks, and it gets several shoots, and also gets shoots. It also will get shoots right out of the main stalk. So this has a shoot on both sides. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new shoots out of the one shoot. So it's very productive. This one here, this one might be easier to see because it's more by itself. This one has, let's see, 1, there's a little one coming, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the bottom so far, and they'll keep growing. And then out of the main stalk, it gets 1. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So at least 10 shoots out of this one plant right here. So you can see how it can multiply. And yeah, you would just see that there's new growth all over. And as long as it has the heat and the moisture, it's going to be super thick. And hopefully it will get tall like it did the first cutting. So I'm standing in the sorghum that we did not harvest. It's right next to the field that we just harvested. This was planted about 2 weeks later, and as you can see, it's just about waist high to me, not quite. But we're gonna let this continue to grow and grow. We're only gonna do one cut-in of this field, and we're just gonna let it grow until probably the middle of September. So we probably got another month of growing, and this is gonna get tall. So I wanted to give you a little update on that, but this field looks good as well. With the wind that we had last night, you can see down over here, you probably can't see it, but there was some that fell over, and that can happen if it gets too tall. You risk it falling over. Not really too big of a deal, especially when we're gonna mow it, because the mower can usually pick it up even if it's laying down partially, and then we chop it. And what got laid down over there, that will usually perk itself back and restand. It wasn't like, it didn't lay flat on the ground. You haven't seen these cows in a while. So these are our breeding age heifers. There's a couple bulls in here doing their job, but yeah, not much pasture for them to eat right now, but we feed them a TMR, which is a total mixed ration, so they get feed every single day because this pasture isn't going to sustain them. If we got decent rains, the pasture would grow again, but usually in the summer they just keep it eaten down.